Now, there's five individual stages of entrepreneurship, of business in life in general, right? Every entrepreneur that has ever started a business, started something of their own, have gone through or is going through some of this as well, right? Right now, actually. And I'll tell you one thing, guys. A lot of you guys may be resonating with this and will be resonating with what I'm going to talk about today. And it's actually might get you out of the situation you're in. If you're in a bad situation, it might even give you a lot more confidence if you're in a better situation. So let me show you guys what I'm kind of talking about here. So you guys can see this little bit of a graph. It looks a little bit weird. I'm not the best at drawing. You guys maybe got that from the last video as well. However, what I'm trying to talk about is these different stages, right? Every entrepreneur faces this, and if you literally understand this, you are guaranteed success. Promise you that if you understand what I'm going to talk about today, you are guaranteed success, right? So the first stage is uninformed optimism, right? So whenever a opportunity comes forth, right? Whatever it is, right? If you see a YouTube video, you see a reel, you see some coach trying to sell you something on TikTok, whatever it is, right? You always see the good stuff, right? You see the green Lamborghinis, you see the yellow McLarens, you see the orange McLarens, you see the blacked out Rolls Royces, the Cullinans, you see all of this, right? You see the flashy lifestyles, you see pretty much what is good, right? And then you also see that, oh, these person, they show you their phone, and obviously this is my cover, but they show you their phone and they're like, yo, like $1,000 in a day, 2,000 a day, 4,000 a day. And you're like, you're super uninformed. You have this optimism. You're like, oh yeah, well, this could work for me, right? And awesome. Like, why don't I give it a try, right? And I mean, it's good. But then what happens is that once you actually embark on that journey, boom, 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 it stays neutral for some time, and then you start getting informed pessimism. You're like, okay, this is a little bit harder than I actually thought. This isn't exactly as easy. Like I thought it was gonna be like, like how like coach showed on like TikTok and like on Reels and what I saw on YouTube. I thought it was gonna be that easy. I didn't know that it required this much like time and effort and all of that. I didn't know this. I wasn't aware. And then all of a sudden you start falling down, right? You keep falling down, falling down, falling down, and you end up in the valley of despair, right? And what the valley of despair is literally the situation and the position you're in where you're like, oh, like nothing is working out for me. This isn't working out at all. I thought it was like this. I really liked how that worked, but it's not working out. I'm trying this. It's not what I thought it to be. I'm spending too much time on it. It's not working out. I'm reaching out to people. They're not responding back. I'm sending emails. They're not responding. I'm hopping on sales calls. People are not converting. Nothing is working out for me, right? What happens then, and where 99% of people literally fail, and I'm so serious about this, is here. They end up here literally in this position right here. And what happens is that they start a loop, right? And in other words, what this loop is called is shiny object syndrome, right? When people have talked about the grass being greener or on the other side, essentially. So what happens is that they end up in this valley of despair and they go back. Right? They find a new opportunity. All right. So they go from SMMA to drop shipping. They go from YouTube automation to e-commerce. They go from e-commerce to SMMA. They do something different, right? So they go here and they start this again. All of a sudden they get sold on the green side, they get sold on what's good, they don't know what's bad, they don't know what they're gotta go through, they fall into the informed pessimism again, and they go into the valley of despair and literally relive this cycle for their whole life. And it's actually so true. So either they keep reliving the cycle of just switching things, switching vehicles, or they get really tired, sick and tired, and just give up. Literally, right? Which is the worst thing you can do. However, your mindset going into a new opportunity or going into business is literally what is going to make or break you in the long term. And the reason I'm saying that is because let's look at it like this, right? So you see a business opportunity, you see some type of opportunity, some type of way to make more money and initially get the lifestyle that you want to live, right? You start off, you're thinking, all right, this is something I don't know about. It seems interesting. I like it a little bit. Let me take a look. Let me see how this works essentially. All right, so you're in first stage. You then go to the second stage. Okay, this is a little bit harder. This is a little bit harder than I thought. I thought it was going to be as easy, but I guess yeah, we just keep going, right? I guess we just keep going. We just keep seeing how it works and we just do our best, right? You keep doing your outreach, you keep doing your numbers, right? All of a sudden you launch in the valley of despair where 99% of people fail. Businesses die literally here, right? Reason is because everybody faces these times where in the business you feel like nothing is working. You're reaching out to people, people aren't responding. You're doing sales, people aren't selling. They're not getting sold. You're doing service delivery, that shit isn't working. Let's say even if you're in e-commerce, right? You're selling products, you did all this product research, right? You found a reason to sell them on people, right? You're doing something, you're doing brand research, you found a winning product, whatever it is, right? People aren't buying, right? And if you keep thinking about this stuff and you keep staying in this valley of despair, it's gonna break you, right? But you have to understand that every single entrepreneur, every single business person, every single billionaire to millionaires to trillion, whoever it is, they've went through this phase, right? They went through this phase where it felt like nothing is working out, nobody's there for them, they're completely lonely, they're alone, they don't have friends that they're currently fitting in with that they could work with alongside and understand them, and they're not in that level where they can initially work with new people, where they can get new friends, right? They haven't pretty much leveled up to that stage yet. So what do? Well, you keep going. You don't give up. Because at the end of the day, I can promise you the grass is never, ever greener on the other side. Yes, you might be in a situation where you're just literally in a situation and you're like, oh shit, this is hard. The grass, it just looks like there's a lot of shit there, right? Boom, you jump over the fence. Oh, there's more shit there that you just didn't see, right? And that's kind of how it is. Like, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. If you think this shit is easy, if you think this is a overnight thing, just literally don't even try. Don't even, there's no point in trying. If you think this is easy, if you think this is an overnight thing, be prepared to put your head down, locked in, without any distractions for at least 2 to 3 years before you even see some form of success. And if you're not willing to risk that, well, this game, this industry isn't for you at all. You need to be able to put all your cards there and be like, listen, I'll do this for my life's mission. I'm gonna be able to do this, I'm gonna make this, and if it doesn't happen, you're literally putting your life up to it. But think about it like this as well. One last thing before I go on a tangent here. Think about it like this as well. Is it really is it really taking a risk when you're literally just risking living the life that you don't want to live? Right? You get what I see there? Like, worst case, you end up on stage one. What is stage one? It's literally studying or getting a job like everybody else and just working just normal, right? That's literally what is the worst thing that can happen. You're not going to end up homeless. You're not going to end up on the street. You're not going to end up in jail. Nothing like that is going to happen. You're just going to literally end up being the average person in society. And if that is what you're putting up against, then why don't you give it your best? Because if it works out, oh well, it works out. And if it doesn't, well, I mean, at least you tried. But I mean, another thing is that I guess just as Tate says as well, might just get shadow banned because I said his name there. But just as he said as well, if you really tried, you would make it. If you really tried. There's a difference between I tried and I tried, because the people who actually tried, well, it shows that they tried because they actually have what they wanted to achieve, right? But anyways, what happens after there is that once you're in the valley of despair, you end up going to informed optimism. You're like, okay, well, now things are kind of starting working out. Like, I know what numbers I got to hit now. I know what I got to do. I know I need to do $300 every single day. I book 6 appointments. I know I need to talk with 6 people. I know I need these people to show up, and boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden, when that stuff lines up, you get this informed optimism and you start climbing up these stairs, and then you get to achievement, right? Let's say your achievement, your goal was making 10K per month. Boom, now you've achieved it, right? You've achieved it now, and you understand that, okay, this is what I needed to do. Whatever goal you have, this is what you're going to face. You're going to face these ups and these downs. And the thing is that what you do after this is, let's say you reach that 10K per month goal. Well, you do this again. You keep going through it and you do it again. You create a new goal, a new achievement, and you go through this again. It's literally not harder than that, guys. So I want you guys to remember that, keep that in mind whenever you guys are working now, and hopefully this actually helped a lot of you guys as well. Because I wish, like, I did see something similar before as well. I believe Alex Hormozy has this model, and that's when it literally helped me kind of go through this, because I felt like I was a lot in the valley of despair. I felt a lot of, I didn't really feel good in the position I was in, and just understanding this opened a lot. It opened a new perspective for me, opened my mind up to a lot more other stuff as well. So hopefully this helped you guys. I wish you guys the best with this coming week, and hope you guys crush it. Remember, you owe it to yourself to be great, and I'll see you guys in the next video.